Hotel fam, this is Brother Cozy checking in once again from the beautiful West LA. Beautiful Sunday, windy, a little chilly here. Be glad when I get back to Ghana where it's nice and warm, rainy but nice and warm. But anyway, today's topic that I want to talk about today is the falsification of the African consciousness, and I'll be starting off with the introduction. And the introduction, it starts off with the psychology, consciousness, and the behavioral tendencies of individuals and societies are to a very significant extent the product of their personal and collective histories. Both personal and collective psychology are conducted from those experiences which can be consciously retrieved from memory, as well as those experiences which have been forgotten, repressed, but which still represents themselves in individual and collective habits, tendencies, traditions, emotional responsiveness, perspective, ways of processing information, attitudes, reflect-like reactions to certain stimuli and situations. Both types of experiences interacting with current perceptions are utilized by individuals and groups to achieve certain material and non-material ends. The psychology of individuals and groups may also in part be constructed from historical and experimental amnesia. That is, when an individual or a group is compelled by various circumstances to repress important segments of his or its informative history, he or it at the same time loses access to crucially important social, intellectual, and technical skills associated with that history, which could be used to resolve current problems. Consequently, to some lesser or greater degree, the individual or group may be handicapped or disadvantaged by the resulting amnesia. Finally, individual groups psychologically or in part constructed from perception he or it has of its own history. The interferences drawn from that history about the kind of person or group he or it may be. What other person or groups think of him or it, the destiny that awaits him or it, the character of individual and collective consciousness, the range of their behavioral possibilities, and very significantly influenced by the quality of their recording recollection of their historical experience. To manipulate history is to manipulate consciousness. To manipulate consciousness is to manipulate possibilities. And to manipulate possibilities is to manipulate powers. Herein lies the moral threat of Eurocentric historiography to African existence. For what must be the form of functionality of African consciousness and behavior, if they are derivative of an African history written by their oppressors, the history of the oppressed as written by their oppressors, the shape the consciousness and psychology of both the oppressed and the oppressor, it helps to legitimate the oppressive system to maintain the imbalance of power in the favor of the oppressor. Eurocentric history writing essentially is an exercise in public apologetics for the European oppression of African peoples, often a gross and crude attempt to create and shape subordinate and inferior African consciousness and psychology. It seeks to impose a social, historical, cultural, and religious amnesia tax on the head of African people, and thereby rob them of their most valuable resources: their knowledge of the truth, reality of self, their cultural heritage, their identity, minds, bodies, and their souls, wealth, land, and products of their labor and life. Eurocentric historiography is the most formidable ally white racism and imperialism. Its treacherous role in this regard must be explored and reversed by African-centered historiography written by African historians dedicated to historical accuracy and truth. Historians who are unafraid to speak truth in power, declaring call for the writing of restorative African-centered historiography. A critical undertaking is a call for the healing of the wounds of African people, for African unity, for the freedom and expansion of African continents, for the reconquest of African minds, body, land, resources, of African autonomy. Every Eurocentric social institution conspires with Eurocentric historiography to handcuff and incarcerate African continents to justify and facilitate the subordination and exploitation of African people. What more evidence do you need? And you still want to be like them. And you still want to do what they do. And you still want to believe what they believe. After they took your name, your culture, your religion, everything you have. And you still want to bow down to their God. Well, I remember a song that James Brown sang back in the day. I'd rather die fighting on my feet than to beg on my knees. And when you bow down to a European or Arab God, that's all you doing. Is begging on your knees. You ain't gonna never win. So when do we wake up? When do we wake up? I mean, it's in plain sight. It's right in your face what they're doing, what they've been doing. History proves it, but you refuse to look at history. In spite of all the facts, you fear the lie that they chose you. You fear dying and going to hell. You fear the lie the Roman Catholic Church told you about heaven and hell. Well, guess what? If the only difference between heaven and earth is streets of gold and the tree of life, I don't want to go there. I had enough of this damn planet. I'm ready to move on to the next life. But if that's your thing, go ahead and do it. And for those of you that are scared of the truth, keep waiting. Keep waiting. They done bamboozled us, hoodwinked us, and did everything else. Came into the motherland, stole all of our knowledge, all of our resources, and in exchange, all we got is a Bible. And then another big lie with the politics. Israel. One thing, Israel belongs to the Palestinians. I don't give a damn what they saying. Netanyahu is a Hyksos. He's not an Israelite. Like I said, I don't deal with religion, but if you want to talk about a Hebrew, they came out of Ethiopia. They didn't come from no damn Caucasus Mountains. That's where those Israelites came from. That's what this whole war is about. Israel don't belong to those Jews that's over there now. United States has been paying them off for years and then making issues about reparations. Well, let me tell you something. 1851, my grandfather was brought over here as a slave with 100 million more Africans that was raped, sodomized, and murdered during a month between 1638 and 1863. And we ain't got a damn thing for it. Nothing. But yet and still they want to make a big issue about what's going on in Israel right now. Well, you can call it what you want to call it. I don't give a damn about them because they're not Hebrews in the first place. They the same tyrants that came over here and took the Americans from the native Indians. And after they came over here and took everything, now there's fool talking about building a wall to keep the Arabs out, to keep the Spanish people out, to keep foreigners out. You know what would have been a good thing? If the Native Americans would have built a wall to keep their European asses out of the Americas. And let the Native Americans run this country. We'd be much better off. The world would be a much better place. Because I'm pretty much sure they could manage this damn country better than what the hell they doing. I bet they got more peace on their reservations than them Europeans put them on, just like they put us on their plantations. So when the hell are we gonna wake up? And I'm gonna tell you this, whether you want to believe it or not, till you get that white man back as Jesus, Till you get that white man back his do his Jew religion. Till you get back them Arabs back that Islam religion. That stuff ain't for us. And I don't give a damn what they say. That Islam ain't no religion for no black man, because they doing the same damn thing the blacks as over in Africa as that European did. They doing it to the day. I live in Ghana, and I know what's going on over in Ghana. I know what's going on over in Nigeria. I know what's going on over in Congo. Them same damn Arabs are using Africans to kidnap little African girls and taking them over to Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, selling them as slaves and prostitutes. I know what they doing. So you tell me that Islam is a religion for a black man? You's a fool, a new fool at that. The Quran ain't nothing but a plagiarized version of the Torah, which ain't nothing but the Torah ain't nothing but a plagiarized version of the Septuagint. Septuagint ain't nothing but a plagiarized version of the original text of Medu-Neter, or divine writings that came out of Kemet, which most of you know is Egypt. And as simple as that. So let's just keep it real. Why don't you go back to the source? Got you believing all kind of lies. Got you believing that Moses received some 10 commandments off Mount Sinai when they came from the 42 laws of Ma'at, or 42 ideals of Ma'at. Moses ain't received no 10 commandments off of Mount Sinai no more than one of you Christians can walk on water. I ain't seen one of you walk on water yet. Yet still that man you called Jesus said you was going to do greater works than his, raise the dead, walk on water, give eyesight to the blind, deaf, hearing to the deaf. I ain't seen none of y'all do that yet. I mean, I've seen some propaganda schemes in the church that got exposed by some of you fake ass preachers. Yes, I have. I ain't seen none of you walk on water yet. When is all this supposed to happen? This was said 2,000 years ago. Your man said he was going to return 2,000 years ago, after you turn that damn water into wine. What I think, he probably was smoking some of that good chronic back there too. I think they got chronic over there in the Middle East. Girls everywhere. Probably still up in that place what they created called heaven up there, smoking some chronic, drinking that water he turned into wine. Forgot about y'all. While you down there suffering on earth, waiting to get up into the damn place. What the hell you think Earth at? Earth is an expanse. When you look at it, do the research on what expanse means. Expanse means space. That's what heaven. That's what Earth is. That's what Mars is. That's what Pluto is. That's what Venus is. That's where the galaxy's at. That's where the nebula is at. It's in heaven. All of us in heaven. So your heaven, as close as your ass gonna get to heaven, is right here on Earth. Because them same damn Arabs that told you that, same damn Christians that told you that, the same damn popes that tell you, the Roman Catholic Church tell you that, Creflo Dollar, Bishop Blake, T.D. Jakes, all of them, they heaven is right here. They didn't make their heaven right here on Earth and got your ass fooled. Think you gotta die to get to heaven. To get with, and they got theirs right now. Creflo Dollar flying around in a damn jet he lied about while you catching a bus to the damn church. Struggling to pay your damn bills. Then he lied about it and said, nigga, man, come on, when the hell we gonna wake up, people? This whole thing done become a joke, whether you believe it or not. But guess what? And you better wake up, black people, because guess what? History proves that every great nation in the history of mankind has fallen. Every great nation in the history of mankind has fallen. Gorbachev said this about the United States when he was in power. He said Russia's not going to have to fire one nuclear weapon at the United States because it's going to self-destruct from within. Look at America now. One of the most powerful and feared nations in the world is the biggest laughing stock and joke right now. Look at the government. Big joke. Biggest joke in the world. One side gay, one side racist. We can't win like that. That ain't gonna happen, people. We need to wake up. We want freedom. We're gonna have to get it ourselves. Simple as that. I'm investing my money in Ghana. I'm investing my money in the motherland. I'm investing my money in raw gold. You can keep on investing your money in and Michael Jordan and your Cadillacs, your BMW, your Mercedes-Benz, your Lexus and your Teslas all you want to. Because when Babylon falls, United States, Babylon, the whole of Babylon is falling. Like Gorbachev said, they're not going to have to fire one nuclear weapon at the United States because it's going to self-destruct from within, and that's exactly what's happening. He said it's going to turn into socialism. It's not a democracy. We are living in a socialist, the United States is living in a socialist state. And he said the next phase is communism. And that's what these MAGA Republicans are doing right now. And they're trying to throw the focus off on the Biden crime family. Bull crap. The biggest criminal in the government right now is the MAGA Republicans. Look at them. And this is what America's coming to. That's why I'm bailing out. Because when it hit the fan, it's going to hit the fan. And let me tell you something. And they making this bigger. You better watch social media. I don't give a damn about no polls, because if Donald Trump do get back in office, guess what? The military is going to take over. And you better pay attention to what General Milley said before he left out office, before he retired. He already let these MAGA Republicans know that the United States military, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the one who running the military are not going to take no orders from a wannabe dictator, Hitler, Donald Trump, Marjorie Taylor Greene. They're not going to take no orders from the wannabe dictator. So if Donald Trump get back in office, American people expect the military to take over. It's simple as that. By that time, I'll be back over the motherland. Ain't no white people running Ghana. A whole parliament is black. Our military, our police force is black. They ran the British out in 1956. And I just love the way it went down. And I keep on talking about when the French president bought his ass over to Ghana recently. Because they're going to get ready to run the French up out of there because they didn't did too much damage. So anyway, President Nadu said this. He said after the French president made his speech, what do you think this is? I'm just paraphrasing. What do you think this is? We got rid of the British in 1956, March 6th. We celebrated our first Independence Day, March 7, 1957. So what makes you think after we've been independent for 60 years that we need your help? That's the problem with us right now. We don't need the help of European tax dollars to take care of us. We have all the natural resources and everything that we need right here to do what we need to do. So black people, what I'm trying to tell you is we need to put our own resources together and do what we need to do to get what we need to get done, because money is power. We have the money and the power to do what we need to do, and we need to get what we need to get done quick, fast, and in a hurry, because time is running out. And if we don't do it ourselves, it ain't gonna get done, because as ex-President Ronald Reagan said, you people are looking for the government to solve your problems, and the government is the problem. He got shot a couple of days later for saying that, but he's telling the truth. Looking for a handout. You got all these Negroes on Facebook steadily hounding me down, sending me a friend request, and looking at my Facebook page, know damn well what I'm about. I'm not on there for no Bitcoin or none of this other stuff. I'm not on there for no fast cash, no government grant. I'm a veteran. I can get all the grants I want if I want it. I'm not here for no free government grants. That's your problem right there. Get up off your ass and get your own money. That's what I'm doing. I make jewelry. I'm an artist. I'm creative. I don't need their handouts. If I do need anything, I serve this country. I can go right over to 11,000 Wilshire, put in the paperwork, get a loan for a car, get a loan for a house, whatever I want to get. I don't need your help. And as far as you prostitutes on there, I don't need you either. I'll be with 3 wives when I get back to Ghana, all at one time. This ain't no behind the back thing. They all know about each other. We all be under the same roof. And if you got a problem with that, that's your business, because my tribe allows that. I'm from the Asante tribe. I'm from the Afrikan clan. Out of Kemet, originated in Sudan, so you can say what you want to say. I don't let you create my reality. I create my own. And this is the life that I chose to live. And your God ain't got no power to do nothing about it. Your God don't create my reality. I don't read a book another man wrote and say God gave it to him, because number one, I don't believe in your God. Your Jesus, your Allah, your Muhammad, your Yahweh. That's your business. You can have all that, because I don't deal with none of it. I don't need it. I'm at peace with myself, because that's the reason why all these wars are going on right today. Right today. You want peace, you want prosperity, do away with it. Because as long as it exists on this earth, there's going to always continue to be wars. This is Brother Quasi. I'm out of here on another beautiful Sunday. I want to say Hotep once again. I want to say Uncle Jasanel. I'm out of here.